Welcome. Welcome to the weekend wind down. A time to relax, let go of stress, and get ready for the weekend. But before we begin, I have to ask you a question. Do you struggle with self-doubt? Do you sometimes say, I'm not good enough? You worry that you're not as good as other people or what they're expecting? Well, guess what? That's totally normal. You're not alone. In fact, I've struggled with worrying, am I good enough, my whole life. And in fact, I believe that most people do. Welcome to the human race. We all worry about whether we measure up. So today's tip of the week is a foundational piece of my coaching. It's actually a fairly foundational belief for all the things I do. And that is the belief that actually you are good enough just as you are. Just let that sink in for a minute. What would it be like to live really believing you are good enough just as you are? What about if I said, you are wonderful just as you are? How would it be to live totally believing that you are wonderful just as you are? Wow, could be quite different feeling from, it might help a lot with the stress and the anxiety, the worry that maybe sometimes you do feel and get bogged down with. So to get started, I just want to suggest that you just take a moment, let's do it right now together, and think of maybe just even today, did you do anything kind to someone else? Did you do anything helpful? Did you take time to listen to someone who was lonely? Did you help someone who was locked in and struggling and needed a little bit of assistance or encouragement? Did you offer a kind word? I wonder if you can think of 3 things that you've done, maybe today, maybe this week, even just 3 things that you did that were kind, thoughtful, helpful, caring. Maybe you gave someone a hug, someone in your home, in your family, just when they needed it. Can you think of a few? If you can think of just 3 or 4 things that you've done, even just 3 that you've done that are kind, helpful, that's evidence. Evidence that you are good enough. Evidence that you are wonderful. Evidence that you're doing wonderful things for those people close to you already. So my encouragement to you is to really take hold of this belief, I am wonderful just as I am. Write it down, say it to yourself as often as you can. And whenever you feel disheartened and you're worried that you're not good enough, just pause and look for evidence that you're just good enough just as you are. Look for evidence. Come up with a few things that you've done lately. And if you feel like, I really haven't been doing much, I've been focused on me the whole time, then step out and do a few wonderful things. Something kind, something helpful. And then tick that box and say, yes, here's some evidence. When I put my mind to it, when I actually think, yes, how can I help someone? I am wonderful. So that is your tip for the week. Enjoy playing with that one. So now let's wind down to the weekend. So I just invite you to take a few slow breaths in and out. As you breathe in, breathing in calm. As you breathe out whatever you need to let go of. Breathing in calm. Breathing out the frustrations. Breathing in peace. Breathing out fear. Breathing in hopefulness. Breathing out any doubts or worries. Letting them go. Trusting that you are okay just as you are. If you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes. Just take a moment to really ground yourself. Feeling your feet on the floor, uncrossing your legs if they're crossed, just to really get a sense of your feet on the floor, your bottom held by the chair or the floor or whatever you're sitting on. Sense of sitting up straight and your head floating above your shoulders. Just letting your head float and releasing any tension in your neck and shoulders, not trying to do anything too much, but just more allowing a floaty feeling so that your head isn't crushing down on your neck, but just floating a little bit above it. Just to release the tension, just a little bit. Just focus on your breath, not changing it, but just feeling 3 breaths in and out. Just noticing, being grateful that your lungs keep on breathing every minute of every day. It's quite a miracle, something that keeps us alive and so wonderful. We very rarely stop to be thankful for that. And now, if you're feeling a little bit more grounded, I invite you to ask yourself the question, what am I grateful for this week? And what else are you grateful for this week? Really get in touch with what you're grateful for. One thing I'm really grateful for this week is little videos on YouTube that teach you how to do things step by step. I've really used those the last 2 days, and it's just wonderful to just be taken step by step and shown how to do things that seem hard. It makes it easy. What are you grateful for today, this week? And now, what is your intention for the weekend? So what do you want this weekend? Gosh, it's the weekend already. I can hardly believe that it's already Friday afternoon. What do you want this weekend? What would make you feel even more wonderful? What would make you recharge your battery so you're ready for next week? And what else do you want this weekend? When you've thought of something or a few things, then I invite you to set an intention. Choose one thing and say to yourself, I intend to do this for myself this weekend. Really choose and make that clear to yourself what it is you're going to do just for you this weekend, to care for yourself and your wonderfulness just a little bit. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share your intention in the comments below. If you're listening to this on YouTube or as a podcast, then it'd be great to share your intention with a family member or friend and invite them to make an intention for the weekend too. Because when we share our intention, that's when we're much more likely to do it. Also, over the next 2 weeks, I'm opening the doors for a few more people to come in and do some coaching with me. Tame your inner critic, train your inner champion. If that's something that you would like to find out about, then somewhere in the comments, wherever you're watching or listening to this, there will be a link or an email address to email me. Please do email me if you're interested. It'd be great to have explore about what that's about. And there's some information on the website, myjoyfullife.com.au. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy yourself, and remember, you are a wonderful woman, just as you are. See you next week. Bye for now.